Okay, so first I wanted to show you a few things that some of you have been struggling with. So one of the things I've noticed is, first of all, making sure that you are drawing things back to the vanishing point. So that means that you need to have your pencil drawing from this point or from a point on your shape to the vanishing point. You want to make sure your straight edge is lying across between those 2 points. So you can see that it goes all the way from the vanishing point to the other point. And then I'm going to shift this and come to the very other point down here on the triangle. And then this triangle, sometimes you're only going to see 2 points or 2 lines coming from your triangle. In this case, and in the case of the one over here, you're actually going to be able to see 3. So I'm going to draw that one. Now, the other thing that I've been noticing that people have been having some difficulty with is making sure that they're drawing things so that they're parallel. So what that means is now that we have these orthogonal or converging lines, lines that converge or come together on the vanishing point, what you need to make sure is that you have parallel lines. So that means that this line at the bottom of the triangle, you need to make sure your straight edge is parallel. Okay, this straight edge here is parallel to this bottom of your triangle. Sometimes it kind of looks weird, so people want to put it in a different direction, but if you put it in a different direction, it's actually going to look inaccurate. You're going to notice that there's something wrong, but you won't be able to figure out if you're not sure what you did wrong. You won't be able to figure out what you did wrong. It just won't look right. So I'm going to do the same thing here. You can see that what I do is I take this and really carefully slide it and I'll line it up with where this point touches that line right there, that converging line, and there we go. So that those were a couple things I noticed. As far as other things, it's just people who have some more challenging shapes that they are drawing from. So for example, this one that has a whole bunch of different kind of weird ins and outs on it. So again, I'm going to draw from those points to that vanishing point. And I'm going to turn this and I'm going to continue that. Okay. Now after you have all of these lines drawn in, then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to, once again, like you did with the, like I did with the triangle, you're going to need to find the back edges. So the easiest way to find back edges with a more complex shape like this is to start from one line and then work out either direction with the rest of your lines. Now there is a little bit of an edge over here that even though it stops when it hits the shape, so you'll see what I mean in a second here. Okay, making sure it's on that point. It goes from here and it stops when it gets to the shape here, because you can't see through your shape. So you want to make sure that it actually stops. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, I think, start from here, making sure I have a parallel line again that's nice and straight here to this line here. I'm going to draw a nice straight edge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing, going with a straight edge here parallel to this line. I'm going to connect it up. I'm going to come down here and do the same thing. Okay, this one comes back a little bit further. Okay, and connect it up. Okay, and then again with this one down here. Okay, I'm going to make sure that this is nice and parallel. And again, I need to make sure, a little bit off there, I need to make sure that I connect it up. And then I can erase out anything where I made little goofs. Okay, so that's what you're doing with your basic shapes. I'm going to finish some of these other things up, and I'm going to do another video that has some special techniques. But I wanted to show you some basic things from the last thing that we did that some people were having difficulty with.